thing with Alzheimer's disease is that we've been at the stage where we could go into clinical trials for a long time, longer than most of the other diseases, which are just starting to yield drugs to go into clinical trials. And because we've had so decades of clinical trials going on, we've had a long time to make mistakes, to realize why we were making mistakes, and more than that, to actually restructure how the trials are done, to adapt them to this very complex disease, which is more complicated than most because you've got different pathologies, you've got an elderly brain environment which comes with its own problems. And we've started to now realize how to do clinical trials better. And so some of the drug approaches that perhaps failed in other trials now can be reassessed with our better knowledge of how to diagnose it. We now have a technique that's really helpful, and that's called PET imaging. And PET imaging allows you to use an imaging system where you can actually visualize the amyloid and now the tau tangles in the brain. And that allows you to say, this person really has Alzheimer's and this is the stage they're at. So we'll give them this therapeutic trial, and maybe that will hit just the sweet spot when you can actually make an impact. So my hopefulness actually has really been regenerated in the last couple of years, where we've realized why we were failing more and more. And we now have better tools. We now have pretty good drugs that we know actually will hit the target that we're trying to change. We have to think more about targets. You know, is amyloid the target? Is tau the target? Are both the target? That sort of thing. But now we've got better tools to know who to try and treat with what type of approach and how to look at the outcome. And so I'm much more hopeful that we actually are doing a better job of understanding our patient population and developing better tools. And the drugs will come and the trials will come, and then we can really try and see what works and what fails.